Welcome to Story Stream channel. Our story about the great race of Comet and Dottie. Once upon a time on Sunny Meadow Farm, there lived a curious cow named Dottie and a playful horse named Comet. They were best friends, but oh, were they competitive? If Dottie learned to roll in the mud, Comet had to try it. If Comet galloped across the field, Dottie would waddle behind, trying her best. One bright morning, as the sun painted the sky with golden hues, Dottie had an idea. She looked at Comet and said,
I bet I can run faster than you.
Comet let out a hearty laugh.
You, a cow, run faster than me? That's like saying chickens can swim better than ducks.
Dottie narrowed her eyes and stomped her hoof.
You just wait, Comet. Let's race and see who's faster.
The other animals on the farm overheard the challenge and began to chatter. The sheep gathered in a fluffy group, the pigs peeked out of their muddy pool, and even the chickens stopped clucking to listen. Farmer Joe's dog, Bingo, barked excitedly.
I'll be the referee,
He declared, wagging his tail.
We'll race from the barn to the big oak tree and back. First one to touch the barn wins.
Dottie and Comet lined up at the starting point. Comet stretched his long legs, showing off. Dottie did a little dance, wiggling her tail for good luck.
Ready, set, go!
Barked Bingo. Comet shot off like an arrow, his hooves pounding the ground. Dottie, however, wasn't as quick. She wobbled and jogged, her udders swinging like a clock's pendulum.
Catch up, slowpoke!
Comet neighed, galloping ahead. But Dottie wasn't giving up. She had a plan. She spotted a shortcut through the cornfield.
Move over, Corn.
She said, pushing her way through. Meanwhile, Comet galloped confidently along the main path. He laughed to himself, thinking.
There's no way Dottie can beat me.
But as Comet reached the big oak tree and turned around, he froze in shock. Dottie was ahead of him, already halfway back to the barn.
How did she...
Comet gasped, then ran as fast as his legs could carry him. Dottie heard Comet's hooves thundering behind her and panicked. She tried to run faster but tripped over a bucket left by Farmer Joe. Dottie fell into a puddle, but she quickly scrambled up and kept going, now covered in mud. Comet was closing the gap.
I'm coming, Dottie.
He shouted. Just as Dottie reached the barn, Comet leaped forward with all his might. The animals held their breath. Both Dottie and Comet collided with the barn door, creating a loud bang. They tumbled into a heap of legs, tails, and muddy faces. The animals burst out laughing. Bingo trotted over, his tail wagging furiously.
It's a tie!
He announced.
What?
Dottie and Comet said in unison, untangling themselves. Bingo said with a grin.
Yep, but I think we all know who really won.
Who?
Comet asked, his ears perking up.
The farm!
Bingo barked.
Because we got to see the funniest race ever.
The animals cheered and even Dottie and Comet began to laugh. From that day on, Dottie and Comet still raced each other, but now they cared more about having fun than winning. And whenever someone asked who was faster, Dottie would say,
Well, I have shortcuts.
and Comet would reply.
And I have longer legs.
And that's how the great race of Dottie and Comet became the stuff of legend on Sunny Meadow Farm. The end. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.